Buenos noches, Lucy. Hey, Jeff. Do that. Not much, Guadalupe. How you doing? Let it rain, let it rain, let it rain. Amen. Definitely need it. And I'll tell you, looking here. Go ahead and get you guys in on the action. Good evening. Bill Taylor right here in the KENS 5 Digital Center. Center up that shot by not moving the camera, but moving me. Tornado warning. If you know where Melissa is, this is a small town north of Dallas. So what we're looking at is a North Texas radar right now. Dallas on the bottom of that box. You see Plano. You see Melissa. Melissa's where we've got the tornado warning. I wanted to start here in case you have a loved one in the Dallas area. They've been getting clobbered with some severe storms that erupted just a few hours ago, moving west to east through Denton. You can see where Decatur is on the left side of your screen. They're already starting to see the next wave. But let me just flatten this out. I know a lot of you enjoy that view a little bit better. Isn't that true? So you see Denton getting very heavy storms right now. That's going to be my sweet Kendall. She's up at UNT. So I was talking to her earlier. And they're getting the worst of it now, but it should be ending soon. Hi, Elizabeth. What's happening? Linda's praying. Keep praying for rain. We need it. Hello, America. Victoria, Texas. What's up, Susan? Yeah, Josie, mine too. It's like hay. Hard hay. I mean, because the ground is so hard. It's like just frying pan hot. So yeah, let's see what, if in case you do have a loved one in here, let me get the details on this warning. We got it for northwestern Collins, south central Grayson counties. Severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado. So this is a radar indicated rotation that we're picking up on this. Dangerous storm will be near McKinney at 9:10, which is right about now, and Anna at about 9:30. Hello, Max. What's happening? Well, Louise, not too much. So there's a North Texas situation where they've been getting a lot of the action. You see back to the west, there's more lines kind of lining up, if you will, right over Graham and severe thunderstorm south of there that's going to be moving right across 20 into the Dallas-Fort Worth area over the next few hours. So that entire area under a severe thunderstorm watch, tornado watch, active night for North Texas. Now for us, we had one thunderstorm that turned severe just over Del Rio and moving northeast before fizzling out. It didn't even really make it to about Edwards County before it rained itself out. You can see how fast it just dissipated. It was pretty strong and did some pretty good hail. In fact, we just got video into the KENS 5 Newsroom. We're going to open the 10 o'clock with that, right, Julie? Checking with Julie.
Yes, we are opening up. Yes.
So you'll see that on KENS 5 at 10, hail video, Lake Amistad, north of Del Rio. Pretty impressive. Gina, how are you? How you been? No, Gina, good to see you. Here's to Gina. Everybody give Gina some love on a Monday night. Great to see you. Probably not, Terry. Maybe a few showers and shirts. Praying, Jeanette. Absolutely. Always good to be lifting each other up. So a lot of this is ground clutter. Some bats on I-35 always will show up on radar when they exit the caves at sunset. But we haven't seen anything measurable. What we've seen is that little spritzy light mist, enough to hit the windshield that you say, okay, look, it's coming down a little bit, and that was about it. It wasn't measurable by any stretch. Everything is coming together across North Texas. And they had the 3 out of 5. Now, let's take a look. Sometimes what will happen in the Severe Prediction Center's outlook is an adjustment, if you will, okay? So last Friday, if you were with me at this time, we were at a 2 out of 5 risk, and now we're at a 1 out of 5 risk. So you see right here, this is the Severe Prediction Center outlook. Through pre-dawn tomorrow, we're still in the 1 out of 5. You got to get to Austin before you go to a 2, and then the Dallas area, which we were just looking at, is in that 3 out of 5 risk. Kathy, it's working too good, right? Oh, Marie came home. Terry, that's so good to hear. Amen to that. I know you were praying hard for Marie. I'm glad to hear it. I hope recovery is quick and painless. Watching the national title game. I know, I bet you do, Timothy. Are you rooting for UNC? Probably not. I know how much you like Duke. Bring the rain, Noel, I know. I wish I could get more in the forecast, but just not happening. Just not happening. So we looked at live radar. Let me show you what is expected overnight. We see that the SPC has not adjusted anything really, keeping us in the 1 out of 5 risk. Now this computer model is the HRRR. Yes, it is. And I wanted to verify that. Before going forward, it's got a pretty good handle on the current situation. You look at the radar image here that I'm showing you. This is not live. This is the model's depiction of live. And it's pretty close to reality. So that's a good sign as to how much confidence we put in this model moving forward, which does blow up some more storms after midnight west of Eagle Pass. And they survive a trip across the border. This is what's called pulsing. When thunderstorms will build up like they do right there, right, at just midnight. They move across, they pulse down, then they pulse back up near Uvalde, see, okay? And then maybe pulse up one more time, couple of little outflows, and that's 2 in the morning. But see, nothing is making it or holding together into San Antonio. It's breaking up, maybe by 5 or 6 a.m., a couple of heavier downpours in the San Antonio area. So that'll be important for tomorrow morning. Ken's 5 News gets started at 4:30. Paul Morellis, Holly Stouffer, keep you safe, okay? Because it looks like we will have some wet roads on the Tuesday commute. Aunt Bun, how are you? Doing great. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, Dora, right? We are waiting. Saludos. How you doing, Jesus? Floresville, the peanut capital. Oh, Tony, right? Good to see you, buddy. I never root for North Carolina, right? Exactly. But you see, sometimes when you get beat, sometimes I like to root for the team that beat us. Only because if they go on and win everything, then you lost to the champion with everybody else, right? See, I'm a New York Giants fan. We lose to everybody, so it doesn't matter. I root for everybody. Hi, Diane. Marion, a slight chance of rain. Yesterday was my sister Ariana's birthday. Awesome. Alyssa, hope you guys celebrated. Happy birthday, Ariana. Just reading from the National Weather Service, chances of severe weather overnight greatly diminished. So there's still a chance of isolated showers or thunderstorms, but non-severe. That's a good point, right? Watch the cars, pray for rain overnight, Adriana. That's good. Don Bush, what's going on, brother? Love the Bush family out there in shirts. Hope you're doing well, Don. How dry is it? It's so dry that the rain gauges have been replaced by an eyedropper and hope. That's pretty good, bro. Andy, what's up? Just there in New Orleans. Got back today. Welcome home. Hope you had a great, fun time in the Crescent City. Great place to visit. Wouldn't want to live there, right? Charles in New Braunfels. How you doing, man? Hey, Star, good to see you. Vanessa, are you going to let the dogs out, or will Del Rio get more rain? You know, Del Rio probably doesn't get much more rain. You were in the midst of it. Did you get any hail out there, Vanessa? No, Louise, it doesn't look like we get anything severe. It really doesn't. I think you can let the dogs out, by the way, Vanessa. Yes, I do. Because, see, as we move forward, a lot of this rain, there's some storms south of you, maybe. This next impulse. And I'll tell you what, this model did an incredible job on what we've already seen. I wish I could back it up into like 7 o'clock, because it was in the afternoon shows that I showed this model on Ken's 5, and it showed that storm that went severe north of Del Rio and produced some hail. Some of these storms will be heavy rain, but remember, in the overnight hours, pre-dawn hours, the chances of severe diminish quickly because you're in the overnight hours. You don't have daytime heating. You don't have sunshine. With all those factors out of the way, severe weather less likely. So that's good news. Oh, happy to win. Kathy wants to win a Ken's 5 medal. Make sure on the app, I think, is where you do that. We do, Kim, so badly. Poteet, what's up, Helen? Unfortunately, I'm going to show you that the forecast is not looking good for more rain after tonight. We go into a dry, hot weather pattern. Look at this. Look what's waiting for us tomorrow. You're reading that right. 94 degrees Tuesday. Yow. It is going to be a hot day tomorrow. There might be some morning showers up until 8, 9 a.m. at the latest. Then partly cloudy, goes mostly sunny, clear, breezy, hot day. 94 degrees. Yowza. Hanak, I wish, maybe a little bit overnight. Some of these cells could be southwest. That was at least what the model showed us, that there's a better chance there than here. I'd go 30 to 40% there. You're welcome, Vanessa. Hope you're having a good night in Del Rio. It does appear, like I showed you a minute ago, let's take a look again, that some of the showers that come together will be southwest, like right there, see? Carrizo Springs, Cotulla, boy, exceptional drought condition. It looks like hopefully between, let's just say 1 and 4 a.m., you get some much needed rain. That would be hitting the bullseye down there, y'all. Hitting the bullseye. I really hope we get that rain. That would be such a blessing. But San Antonio, just not going to get much. If we get 1/10 of an inch, maybe. 1/4 of an inch is a big, big stretch. I'm telling you, that's how sad it is. And then you can see we're dry. So I wanted to give you an idea as to how dry, because the 7-day forecast. Doing great, Alex. You doing okay? Good to see you. Will Friday be good to take the kids to SeaWorld, Chris? Absolutely. Absolutely. They're out of school. SeaWorld's a good bet. So see how there's rain in at least the 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch total down I-35, but 0 in San Antonio. That's for tonight, because this is it. Hanak, it could be. You know what? You're going to flirt with it. If we're hitting 94 in the city, you guys could be flirting with a triple digit tomorrow afternoon. Crazy. That is absolutely insane for this time of year, man. Wow. All right. The Papal Picado, the 7-day forecast, Viva Fiesta. A little bit of morning rain, then a hot, windy Tuesday, 94. A cooler, breezy Wednesday, and an even cooler, breezy Thursday. So notice that the mornings go down to 51 Thursday morning and 47 Friday morning, 45 Saturday morning. I mean, we've got some chilly mornings to wrap up the week. Afternoons will even feel cooler Wednesday. Thursday, we stay in the 70s. And notice it's not a rainy 70s. It's a sunny 70s. 81 Friday. In fact, that Friday forecast, can I just tell you that could be one of the best Battle of Flowers forecasts I've seen. Battle of Flowers is notoriously hot. People bake in the afternoon sun. Remember, it always kicks off around midday, 12, 1 o'clock, and then it's 3, sometimes 4 before it's wrapping up and you're leaving, and that is the heat of the day. And everybody's out on the pavement and asphalt, and the heat index is a lot higher than the actual temperature because of where you are, and you're sitting in direct sunshine. So this Friday forecast this year, 47 on a low, 81 for a high. We'll be in the 70s at parade time. That'll be tremendous. Greg, what are you doing?
I'm just addressing it.
Greg Matthews, everybody. Good to see you, buddy. You're coming in from the river?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. How was it?
You know, every year it's hard to project when they're actually going to start the barges.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I always think I'm going to get there at the right time.
Right at the beginning?
I'm always early.
Always early.
But around
Better than being late.
Yeah. Always be early rather than late.
Yes. I'd rather be 30 minutes early than 5 minutes late. How was the crowd? The chairs looked pretty empty, to be honest with you.
You know, I was at the bridge just north of Arneson River Theater as they come around.
Oh, sure. That first turn? Yep.
Yeah. It's a good shot.
That is a great
Comes
shot.
straight at you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good crowd up there?
Seemed decent.
Yeah.
Decent crowd. Yeah.
Yeah, the chairs I'm talking about are at the Arneson itself. A
Yeah.
lot of empty seats from what I saw. Hey, Vince, Eagle Pass, I think, does. Again, 1 to 4 a.m. Some of these storms are coming out of Mexico, could be influencing or impacting, I should say, southwest of us here in the city. And that's where we need the drops of rain the most. I'm telling you, we need every drop down there. It is really a bad situation for them. All right, as I take a sip of some coffee, and tonight it is, by the way, Starbucks coffee. Yeah, little bougie, the bougie K-Cups. We're checking with Julie on what's coming up on Eyewitness News at 10. We're checking with Julie on what's coming up on Eyewitness News at Eyewitness News at Eyewitness News at 10.
Nice.
You know that little jingle won a Grammy last night. I don't know if you all saw it.
I definitely saw that,
It was
yep.
given during a commercial break, so a lot of people didn't see it. The jingle, online streaming jingle category, usually it comes in during a commercial break. It's not a popular category, but congratulations, Julie. Yeah.
Thank you.
Grammy liked it.
Beautiful.
I didn't see the Grammys last night. Did you guys watch?
I did not.
You watched?
A little bit.
How was they did a tribute to Taylor Hawkins?
Yeah.
I do want to see that. The drummer from the Foo Fighters, one of my favorite bands. So I definitely want to look that up. Who did it?
It was more just like a beginning of the in memoriam.
Oh, okay. It wasn't like a.
There were some musicians throughout the night that had
I
little
see.
tributes for him. but
Gotcha.
It wasn't
Okay.
like a performance.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Good
'cause
deal.
Foo Fighters were supposed to perform.
Right. They were scheduled to perform. In fact, it was Grammys years ago that I watched them perform live. That's when I fell in love with that band.
Aw.
Seriously, when people say what kind of music you like, I have to say passion. Genre is not as important to me as passion. Dave Grohl and what he does to music is so passionate and so real. That's what I love about it. I mean, it's just such good music. And he's such a great musician.
I love
All
that.
right, so we're checking with Julie on what's coming up on Ken's 5 News at 10.
At 10. There you go.
Got some
Okay.
big stories tonight.
We do have a lot of
We've
big
got
stories
John
tonight.
Coker in the house. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I'm jumping it.
That's
but
okay. Go right ahead. We have John Coker tonight.
I'm a big fan of John Coker.
Me too. Me too. So he came through tonight. It's a sad package, but I'm glad we're airing it tonight. So he has a Bernie pastor killed in a car crash.
Yeah, this is a real tragic story. Young pastor with a young family. And John was a good friend of Warren Beamer's and a good friend of Warren's wife. And so they only wanted to talk to John Coker. And so it's a real honor that we get to memorialize
It is, yeah.
a great man.
It is. So we're happy to have him in the show and covering this story tonight.
Absolutely.
So we have that tonight. We have Matt tonight. He's covering a series of, I'm going to say this wrong, so I do apologize too.
Just go for it, Julie.
All right. Dignowity.
Dignity.
Dignowity.
Okay. Dignowity. Okay. They've said it multiple times,
Tomorrow
and I
night we'll
still
spell it. Not tonight. One step at a time.
one step.
So
They've
it's
said
been
it
a
multiple
series of
times.
fire-
Yes,
I know-
yes,
That was a
yes.
big fire meeting, right? Like city council.
Yes, so Matt's
fire
gonna
marshal.
cover that.
Matt
Yeah.
Houston is on it.
Yes, I will
There
not
he is
say
right
their name
there,
again.
Everybody.
Woo, go Matt.
Matt, deep in the heart of Texas, Houston.
Woo! So we have Matt tonight. Of course, we have Henry. He's going to cover
Henry
Nyosa
with the big
Preps.
Nyosa preview.
Yes.
I was getting mad. I was like, why don't we just do Nyosa tomorrow night?
Because people have to know about
But
it
Henry's
tonight.
he got upset with me. He said, look, I've got somebody who's, a 50-year tradition.
A family.
There's a whole lot of new to Nyosa. So, okay.
Yeah,
I'm
so
in.
he has it covered.
I was skeptical.
Yeah.
I was like, why don't we wait till night 1? But no,
People got to know about it. We
People
got to
gotta
know about the preps.
that's right.
All right, so Henry has you covered there.
Nice.
We also have Nicole tonight. She's going to talk power saving tips.
Nice.
So
'Cause
we
here
have
comes the heat, like as in tomorrow.
yes.
Tomorrow we're going to hit 94, Julie.
Is that like a record? Could that be a record?
That would be a record
Okay.
high, I believe. I'm not 100%, but I believe a 94 is a record.
Oof.
That's some West Texas heat right there.
That is some West Texas heat. I do not like it, but that's all right. We're
Thank you, Julie.
it's here. Thank you.
Great show coming up in 35 minutes. Hold on.
Bill, you don't have the records memorized?
34. I know, it's hard to believe. I'm working on it.
Okay, just checking.
Memorize the records. That would be quite a feat, wouldn't it?
It'd be a party trick.
He is climate data. Yeah, it would be a party trick for sure. Give him a date. It's awesome.
Date any city.
Any city. April 27th, Des Moines, record low. Oh. I'm melting if it's going to be 94. Yeah, right, Liz? I mean, this is way too early for 94. At least it's just one day, and then look at the cool down, because we get a good midweek front that gets a good little cool air push, and we're down to 76 Thursday, mid 40s for Friday and Saturday morning is going to be cold. That's going to feel cold. All right, checking on questions. Pete, what's going on? There he is. I knew Pete would be here. Good to see you, man. Eric, good evening. What's the chance of severe hitting San Antonio? Do you? I don't. I moved on from the VCR clock, but thank you. The chance is not 0, but I'll go with about 3% now. The chances of severe weather overnight here have greatly diminished, and those are the words from the National Weather Service themselves. But also, I agree. I mean, in the sense of the overnight hours, remember, a lot of the dynamics that produce severe weather are out of the way. Sunshine, daytime heat. We do still have a little bit of shear environment going on. In fact, I can actually show that to you. Shear is upper level winds, and they're moving pretty good. And so with that kind of an environment, you cannot rule out a strong to severe thunderstorm. But the good news is that we also have, working against thunderstorm development, something called a cap. Now, why am I not seeing my wind shear map? So the cap is a layer of warm air aloft, up several thousand feet. And when that happens, you lose the column that sustains a thunderstorm. You need the recipe within that column has cold air aloft to continue to mix and produce, because you got all that warm air funneling up on that big inhale. You got that warm, moist air being pulled into the storm, and then the cold outflow, the exhale of a mature supercell. That's what has to happen. Well, if you have warm air aloft, warm air up into warm air, 0 convection. So here's the upper level winds, okay? And as we move this forward, look how they increase over to San Antonio, and you see even the convergence area right over San Antonio, okay? And so that's a good little recipe for some strong storms and some lift and instability in the atmosphere. But despite that, that's one ingredient for thunderstorms. A cap can shut all this off. A cap is what we call convective inhibition, okay? It's part of the process that limits the development of thunderstorms. I mean, the setup is really good, you know, and that's why North Texas getting a lot of these thunderstorms, the high pushing in all the Gulf moisture. The low is, of course, a lot closer to North Texas. That's the main energy, that's the main anchor of this entire storm. The surface boundaries of the dry line and the stationary front is your focal point for some strong storms and where they would develop, okay? But you see here, we're just getting a lot of ground clutter. Now, there's some new storms that are beginning to develop near Eagle Pass. See those little individual storms? Those will bear some watching. They're just being born. They'll move across into Maverick County. And, like I say, model prediction has been keeping everything southwest of us. A lot of this stuff will not stay together or build and hold in for San Antonio, unfortunately. So one glimpse of the pollen count before we go back to the 7-day and we wrap things up on a Monday. Oak heavy, again, 1310. So if the last few days have been really, really troubling, it's the oak. Oak has been heavy for the last 3 days. Mold, hackberry, grass, there's even a little mulberry, are all light. It's oak season, and so it's going to be heavy. It is oak season. Pardon me. 7-day forecast as we wrap things up. Again, hot Tuesday, 30% chance we get some of these showers overnight, and they should stay below severe status. Might see an isolated thunderstorm, but just non-severe. Have a great night, everybody. God bless you all. We'll see you on Eyewitness News at 10. Oh, and good news, too. We're going on at 10. I thought March Madness was on CBS tonight. It's actually on TBS. So We'll see you at 10. Love y'all.